If there is one fundamental truth about gamers, it's that we're passionate. Sometimes to a fault.
Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem? Missile alone ramp. Missile alone ramp.
Competitive video games are stressful. When things go awry, all that pent-up energy needs to go somewhere. And in the heat of the moment, it's usually the actual developers of the game who end up catching strays.
I'm so sick of this fucking company. They're trash! It's the game! It sucks playing this shit!
God, Gaben, you suck so much penis at making video games, it fucking hurts me, bro.
You're watching this shit with your fucking very eyes, bro. This is some bullshit. EA Sports, you've created the shittiest game in the world!
Usually, the anger subsides, you forgive the devs for their sins, and you move on with your day. Sometimes you don't. One Apex Legends pro recently found out what happens when you cross the line and bite the hand that feeds.
Wait, they're blacklisting Watson from f***ing tournaments or some shit? Because that's what happens when you try to be bigger than a billion-dollar company.
Meet the trash-talking king of Apex aggro, Jacob HisWattson McMillin, who went from grinding ranked to becoming one of the top players at the professional level.
You're solo, I'm good,
Climbing up, Panders. I'm dead.
Give me your shield.
Nice, guys. Give me his low, give me left. Find you. You got that! You got it, bro, you got
This guy
that!
it's just you.
You got it, you win it!
But HisWattson is also known for being outspoken, and at times, a little toxic. Whether it's towards other pros or the actual developers of Apex, HisWattson doesn't pull any punches, and time again, it's landed him in hot water. So how did a kid from the middle of nowhere become one of the best IGLs in the game? Was he really blacklisted by EA over his tweets? And if he is in fact using his clout to force them to fix Apex, is he doing it the right way?
Here is my new challenge. I am going to attempt to go without drama for 1 week on Twitter. I know, listen, it's a big step for me. It's a big step.
Hey folks, before we get into the video, I must ever so quickly shill our merch, which is really easy because it is genuinely awesome. We have super comfy hoodies and t-shirts in cool designs, and you can get some of your own over at shop.thescore.com. Okay, so before this sweaty weeb was memeing his way to Apex Predator, receiving MVP awards, and starting shit on Twitter, HisWattson was just a lonely small-town kid with a dream. Watson was obsessed with shooters, and he really wanted to become a content creator. But it wasn't until he found Apex Legends that he started on his path to glory.
Just like improvement for me is like really fun, you know, being the best at something. And it's like a really complex game with like a lot of things going on. So like it always felt like I was getting better at the game. The competition aspect of it was really fun. It's not like some other games where you play forever, you just feel like you suck. For Apex, it was like, it felt like there was always something I could improve on.
Watson improved rapidly, attending tournaments until he decided to take a break and grind ranked. By May of 2021, HisWattson was streaming Apex almost every single day, and over the next year, he grew a respectable following, thanks in part to his incredible skills.
Octane.
Knock Loba.
Wow, on his toes like that? Oh my god.
And that's a clip for Watson.
Knock button.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Chow me.
Oh my god.
Watson was legitimately one of the best players in the world. In fact, he was literally the best player in the world at one point in Season 11.
Oh my god. Officially, the best player in Apex Legends.
But with all of that skill came something else. Confidence. You see, as no frills and down to earth as he was, Wattson was one cocky son of a gun, and nowhere was that more apparent than on Twitter. To put it plainly, HisWattson is a bona fide shit-posting keyboard warrior. Whether it's his contemporaries, the Apex community at large, or even himself, Wattson beefs with pretty much everyone. And that gave Wattson something of a reputation for causing drama. That said, some esports teams are willing to play with fire if it means winning tournaments. And it just so happens that Furia needed some wins. They picked up Wattson and almost immediately qualified for the Apex Legends Global Series Championship. And as you can imagine, making it into the Apex World Championship gave Wattson something of an ego boost. As if he needed one.
For about 6 months of that, I was a free agent. Trying to find a team to play with, and nobody would play with me for some reason. I guess I didn't have tournament experience. And then before LCQ, C-Line, who was a friend of mine, messaged me about playing for Furia as the IGL. And at first I was kind of like, man, this is a tall order for me. I mean, you're asking me to IGL. I haven't played comp in forever. And even then, like, I wasn't the best IGL. Like, I was kind of mediocre. Like, you're asking a lot. And then, I mean, we did really well. I just don't really know how, but maybe everybody just sucks.
Now, look, Wattson is far from the first shit-talking, overconfident pro. Tons of players have been burnt in the past for not being able to back up their ego on the server. Sure, he'd previously been rank 1 in the world, but that was online. Would he be able to lead his team to victory against the best of the best on LAN? And not just any LAN, but the ALGS Championship, Apex's largest ever tournament with a $2 million prize pool on the line. Well, the fans didn't have to wait long to find out.
Players to Optic Gaming, but here comes the push as Furia try and connect some shots.
Here's Wattson. His kills by the looks of things. Fnatic eliminated. Here comes Furia. They're ready to bite. They have the low ground. It's now AD versus Furia's 100 Thieves have fallen. Big damage though onto Zera Tricky, but it doesn't matter.
Oh boy.
Oh, gotta do it to them. You gotta do it to them.
This man Wattson, he's here to meme. Basically, a Twitch troll IRL. Agility, 5 knock 1, Fury gets another. They need the kill points. They need the kill points. Nocturnal, 1v1 versus Wattson. He gets shut down. Wattson says, sit the hell down.
It's his Wattson.
It's fun.
It's
and
his
a 1v for the brand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, HisWattson can't even believe what he just did.
Unfortunately, after all of the hard work they put in, Furia hit a wall in the finals. Despite being on match point for round after round, they just couldn't close it out. The Aussies on Dark Zero eventually caught up and won the tournament, leaving Furia with a silver medal. That said, Furia had plenty to be proud of. They shook up the meta, had the most kills, and HisWattson was named the tournament MVP for his efforts.
You gotta give it up to the new rising star here in Apex Legends.
Now, this would be a perfect spot to end Wattson's story. A streamer comes back to pro play, shakes up the meta, gets named MVP at the game's biggest tournament. You couldn't write a story that perfect. But this is Wattson we're talking about. Once he got back home from the major, he went back on Twitter to stir up drama. But this time, Wattson took things to a whole new level. Whether he was trolling or being genuinely outspoken, Wattson hopped on Twitter and set his aim on the actual creators of Apex, EA and Respawn. You see, it's no secret that Apex has its fair share of problems. Most notably, the sheer number of hackers plaguing the game.
Fix it! Motherfuckers, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's go, let's go. Alright, boys, GG. Apex, you're f***ing finished. It's over for you. This game can go sucker. F***ing you. F*** you, Apex. F***ing trash. F***ing trash. Until this shit is fixed, f***ing trash.
Plenty of players have complained about the cheating problem, and many believe that the devs just aren't doing enough to solve that problem. But HisWattson is far and away the most vocal.
Yeah, like I die to cheaters that play, like they would play for like 2 or 3 days, and they just don't get banned because they played in the AM. There's no one to ban them. And I'm at the point where I don't even care. Like unless they're stream sniping me, I'm not even gonna report them because I've reported people for so long and they just never got banned. Like it would take them days or weeks to get banned. Like, I'm not gonna do their job for them anymore.
And look, it's reasonable to want the game to be better, but sometimes he takes his comments a little too far, especially when they involve one particular Respawn employee. Connor Hideouts Ford is a member of the Apex Legends security team, and part of his job involves handing out bans to suspected hackers, which has given way to a lot of arguments between Watson and Hideouts on the Bird app. On one particular occasion, Watson flat out told cheaters when to play since he knew the security team would be asleep. The argument that followed got so heated that other community members stepped in to keep Watson in check. But things really came to a head in September when a conversation between HisWattson and a known cheater was leaked. In the conversation, Watson said that he personally hated Hideouts and wanted to publicly embarrass both him and EA. Shortly after, Watson tweeted out that he had been blacklisted from tournaments by EA, and Respawn later made a post condemning the harassment of their employees.
Did you get banned? Because I said... Because I made a tweet where I was talking bad about a company and I got banned. Anyways, I can play week 2, I just can't play week 1. Anyways.
It was unclear what actually triggered the blacklist and how long it lasted, but it almost didn't matter. The whole controversy sparked a larger debate about how far one should go when criticizing a developer. Although the community was split on the issue, a ton of high-profile figures considered Watson to be in the wrong.
Watson was f***ing dumb about every single thing he ever did. He literally, like, basically sent his whole fan base against Hideouts.
Listen, facing cheaters match after match is beyond a pain in the ass, and getting locked out of your account by a hacker when your literal job is to play the game is a massive issue. But starting a personal vendetta with an employee? That ain't it. Look, Watson built his brand around being the smartest and most talented person in the room. That was gonna lead to drama no matter what. Watson just wasn't ready for the power that his words and ego could have. So the question is, did Watson learn anything?
I'm gonna attempt, here is my new challenge. I am going to attempt to go without drama for 1 week on Twitter. I know, listen, it's a big step for me. It's a big step.
I mean, he still starts shit and complains about something nearly every day, but it seems like specific employees are no longer in his crosshairs. And, well, progress is progress. Watson seems to be trying his best to chill out and let his love for the community shine through. He started giving back to Apex in a really important way. And although he'll probably never stop trolling, he has made strides towards becoming a less toxic, more well-adjusted member of the scene.
Guys, one more time, give it up for your Monster Energy MVP, HisWattson.
I drink too much water. Sounds like a problem, but especially in the evenings. My doctor told me, like, yeah, he just told me, like, he's like, the whole thing now is like, you know, you have to drink 30 metric tons of water every day. Drink when you're thirsty. He's like, that's the thing. If you're thirsty, like, drink. And he's like, just make sure you drink water when you're thirsty. Like, don't drink soda. I think people get a little much now with like the are you hydrated? Are you hydrating? Have you drunk a gallon of water yet? Right? Like, it's just like, it's a little like, all right, chill.